it should be another one that's a review for the most part. This is something we've already done with factoring before, but it's going to lead into what we're doing next. So we're doing a quick review of it today. So here is where we factor out the GCF of all three terms, and then we look for the sum and the product, right? So I look at this example here. Okay, is there a GCF between those three products? No. All right, nothing that they all have in common. All right, so I say that I do not have a GCF. All right, and then remember we look at our sum. The sum is the one in the middle. What's that number? Good. And we look at our product, which is the last one. Right. And remember, it has to multiply to give us 12 and add to give us 7. Very good. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 plus 3 is 7. I want the 4 and the 3 to both be positive numbers, right? Okay, and then remember, we write our answer as factors, so they go in parentheses. So I'll have an x, and we said this was going to be a positive 4, so x plus 4. And then I'll have another parenthesis with an x. We said this is a positive 3, so plus 3. That's how we write our answers. All right. Okay, on number 2, do we have a GCF there? X. They all do have an x. Yes, we do have a GCF of x. So that means I'm going to divide all of these by 1x, right? Okay, if I divide each one of those terms by x, remember those are like secret ones for exponents. And what do I do when I divide? Subtract. Very good. So I put my GCF out in front, which is an x, and then we have to say what it all becomes. So we had x cubed, we divided by x, what's left? X squared, good. All right, in the second term, did we do anything to the 9? No, so it should still be a plus 9. Just 1x, good. All right, and then in that last term, just the 18, good. And then the x's divide out, right? The x's are all gone. Okay, so now I look for my sum and my product. So sum is the middle number, what's that? Good. Product is the last, which is 18. So we need to think of some numbers that multiply to give us 18, but will also add to give us 9. 6 and 3. Very good. And we want them to both be positives, right? Okay. So I come over here to write my answer. Don't forget to bring that GCF down and put it out front. And then we make our two factors. So I'll have an x plus 6, and an x plus 3. All right. Number 3. Does number 3 have a GCF? No. Okay, so no GCF. What is the sum? Good. And the product? 4. All right, so what multiplies to give us 4, adds to give us 5? Very good. So what are my two factors? What is it? X plus 4 and x plus 1. There we go. Huh?
And then don't you want to flip it again?
No, not right now. Not when we're factoring. That's when we go to solve. When we go to solve, then we change the signs. All right, number 4. Does number 4 have a GCF? No. Okay, so no GCF. What's its sum? Good. And product? 12. All right, so this one's a little bit trickier because they have to multiply to give us a positive, but add to give us a negative. So a negative 6 times a positive 2 would give me negative 12. 2 times 6 is positive 12. 2 plus 6 is positive 8, not negative 8. They both have to be negatives, right? Right, a negative times a negative will give us a positive, right? And then -6 plus -2 just give us -8. All right, so what are my factors this time? Very good. All right. Number 5. Does number 5 have a GCF?
True.
2x. Very good. All right, so that means we're going to go through and divide each one of these terms by 2x, right? Okay, remember we write down our GCF out in front. So bring that 2x out to the front. All right, so what is 2 divided by 2? 1. And x cubed divided by x will leave us with x squared. All right, what about -14 divided by 2? -7. And x squared divided by x? Just an x. Good. All right, and then what's 20 divided by 2? 10. Are there any x's left? All right. So now we fixed it. What's our sum? -7. All right, we just found that our middle number is -7. What's our product? 10. All right, so what multiplies to give us a positive 10 adds to give us -7? They both got to be negatives, right? All right, so remember, bring your GCF down out in front, 2x, times my first factor, that x minus 2, times my next factor, x minus 5, right? Okay. All right, last one here. Does this one have a GCF? No. Okay. What's my sum? Good. And what's my product? Okay. So what do we think of that multiplies to give us positive 28, adds to give us -11? 7 and 4. But -7 and -4, right? A negative times a negative will give us the positive. -7 plus -4 is -11. All right, so then I just write them as factors. X minus 7 and x minus 4. All right. Okay, so like I said, should be a